Hello everyone, and this is episode 5, the Krypt. So after I did color my heart, I was kind of fell back into that mind frame of wanting to find the hardest puzzle, or find a hard puzzle at least, which is what initially the hot air balloon was supposed to be, but it honestly kind of fell short. So I went to searching for hard puzzles again, and I found 2 puzzles that were, I think, from Japan. They were both the same the same puzzle setup, just different color. One was white, one was black. And although it probably would have been hard puzzles. Just the solid color itself makes it difficult, because then you just fall to, interlocking pieces. You have no picture to kind of, help you distinguish piece from piece. But the problem I had with them was that they were just standard horizontal and vertical pieces. So there really was no shape or anything to it, just standard pieces. And when I went thinking about displaying this, I didn't feel like it was something I really want to display. It kind of felt a little boring. So I kept looking, and I come across the Krypt. Immediately the circular pattern in the center caught my eye. And I was like, okay, now that's pretty interesting. I've never seen a circular puzzle before, or a circular shape in a puzzle anyways. Although there are some out there other than this. There are some that are just circular. I have found that. But I just thought this one, at the time when I found it, I thought it was really cool and interesting. I didn't see anything else like it out there. And then, for me, the solid color, which is silver, on top of the circular pieces, I kind of felt possibly would be even harder than the 2 that were from Japan. So I got this one. This is made by Ravensburger, just like the color of my heart. It's the only 2 that I have made by Ravensburger. This one is the odd number puzzle. It is 654 pieces. I guess that's just because of the cut. That's how the pieces that's how they shaped it out. Interesting side note: this is now available in a gold version. It has slightly fewer pieces though, at 631, I believe. I may be wrong, but I think that's it. So they knocked off about 23 pieces. But the shape is still the same. It's just a different color, and I guess the pieces were cut differently. Starting out on this one, I did the edge, of course, like I do on all of them, and then I started with the circle. I started with the center. On the back of the box was an exact replica picture of the puzzle, piece for piece, and so I was able to use that as a guide. Which I don't really consider cheating, because, they did put it on the back of the box. I think that was the point. Granted, I could have just ignored that it was there, but I didn't. But I used it as a guide for one, really just to keep count and to keep my position where I was on the circle. So I started with the centerpiece, and I worked my way out every single piece until I finished the entire circle. And I would mark off with like a pen, mark off each piece on the back of the box so I would know where I was. And then when I completed the entire circle, I clicked it into the top and bottom because it attaches to the edge pieces across the top and bottom, and then worked out each side. It took me about, I would say, somewhere between 6 and 8 days. Probably closer to the 8-day mark. I don't remember exactly. As far as difficulty, if it hadn't been for the picture on the back, it probably would have been the hardest. No lie, it probably would have been the hardest puzzle I've done. But because I was able to use that picture in the back as a guide, it was still hard, but I don't necessarily rank it the hardest. Possibly tied for the hardest. But and its challenger is our next puzzle. So yeah, give you a little up close so you can see all the pieces and how they go around. Cool. So yeah, that's the Krypt. No kind of emotional story or anything, but I just found it really interesting, the circular pattern. It looked very cryptic, hence the name. And the solid color. I felt, hey, if you're gonna do a solid color picture and display it, it needs to at least have some kind of interesting shape to it, and so that's the reason why I bought this one. It is a very challenging one. So if you do like it, I urge you to try it. Or if you prefer the gold version, check it out. Anyways, that's about all, and I will see you in the next one.